In this video, we'll be talking about natal sun in Aries in the third house and what this placement means for you when it's in the chart. And with that being said, what the sun represents in astrology is it represents our ego, our sense of value to others and how we want to be seen in the world, and how we shine in the world, but also how we constantly tend to act, because that's what ego is as well. It's a character that we act in alignment to. And the sun in astrology rules Leo, which is a fixed fire sign. Fire is about action, and fixed is about a constant state. So the sun and the sign Leo represent a constant way of acting. And that's why Leo also represents confidence. That's why the sun represents confidence. So somebody that has a strong sun has a strong confidence level. They always act the same no matter who they're surrounded by or what challenges they face. So anyways, when you have the sun in Aries, which is its sign of exaltation, this indicates that you have a strong identity, a strong personality. And you tend to always act in accordance to your perception of things, your way of doing things, or your identity. And sometimes this can create disagreements, but you don't mind and you rise up to that occasion. Also, you tend to have a competitive streak to yourself. You like to beat out competition. And finally, your identity is strong, meaning that you don't change yourself for other people or just because you're around others. And in this case, you have the sun in the third house, which is about the mind and which is about communication. And it's also about intellect. So when you have the sun here in Aries, often this indicates that you are a brutally honest communicator. Also, you never change your way of thinking based on other people. You're a very self-reliant thinker, or like somebody that just thinks for themselves. And your thought process has a lot of integrity, and you don't mind communicating your opinions. Also, this placement uniquely shows somebody that is a risk taker, in the sense that they like to act impulsively on their logical convictions or their ideas, because the third house is about ideas, it's about thought, and Aries is about action. With the sun being exalted here in your third house, and in this impulsive sign that likes to take risks and act on their objectives, it shows that whenever you get ideas, you tend to have conviction, and also you tend to take risk on those ideas or act on them. So this gives you also a lot of times, it gives you, or like people that have this placement, a bit of an inventive streak. Because often these people's ideas are untested and unconventional. And the natural sign that has the third house in Aries is Aquarius, which is the progressive individual, the inventor, the pioneer. So, the next thing is that just having an exalted planet in your third house indicates that you're likely quite an intelligent person. And you see things quite clearly in your mind. Like you have a logical mind, and it's very consistent. Like the way that you think is consistent, and you like to have debates with others because of this competitive aspect to yourself, and because you don't mind disagreements or competition to your way of thinking. Now, finally, this placement also shows somebody that likes to be the first to think of things. Like you like to receive credit for what you did first or what you thought of first. Now, as I was saying, these people are somewhat inventive, somewhat unconventional, because they act on these ideas that have never been tested before. And they have so much faith in their way of thinking or their way of seeing things that, oftentimes their ideas will be doubted by others. Like people are doubtful of what you think or what you say or what you've come up with. But somehow these people that have this placement, they still have faith in the fact that their ideas could work. And that's because of this element of logical conviction that they have in themselves. So if I had to summarize this placement, this is like a person that thinks for themselves and that is a brutally honest communicator and takes risks on their ideas. They're quite inventive in that sense and unconventional, and they really stand out in their mind. Their intelligence could lead them to stand out in the world. So with that being said, that sums up what I wanted to talk about for this placement. So I hope that this resonated and that you guys enjoyed. If you did, then don't forget to leave a like and subscribe to this channel for more content. And for a comprehensive natal chart reading of all your planets and your ascendant, if that interests you, check the link in my description to my Patreon. And also I have a email in my description that you can contact if you have inquiries that way. Other than that, I will talk to you guys sometime soon in another video. Peace.